In a cavern, in a canyon, excavating for a mine, dwelt a miner, 49er, and his daughter Clementine. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry, Clementine. Light she was and like a fairy, and her shoes were number 9. Herring boxes without topses, sandals were for Clementine. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry, Clementine. Drove she ducklings to the water every morning just at 9. Hit her foot against a splinter, fell into the foaming brine. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry, Clementine. Ruby lips above the water, blowing bubbles soft and fine. Alas for me, I was no swimmer, so I lost my Clementine. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry, Clementine. Then the miner, 49er, soon began to peak and pine. Thought he ought to join his daughter, now he's with his Clementine. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry, Clementine.
A baby mule, 2 days old. Contrary to what you might expect, its mother is not a mule, and its father is not a mule. Mules are hybrids. They are a cross between a female horse and a male donkey. Because they have an odd number of chromosomes, mules are sterile. Although they can mate, nothing happens. Only in extremely rare cases has there been strong evidence that mules have produced offspring. Also, as hybrids, they would not become extinct as other animals do. Only if horses or donkeys became extinct would mules be doomed to follow. Even though mules can't reproduce, they've been around for about 3,000 years. The first mule could have been an accident of nature, or the result when a donkey was intentionally bred to a horse. During their long history, mules have been praised for their intelligence and cursed for their stubbornness. For the most part, they have been simple beasts of burden, although at times they have been royal escorts for kings and queens. Over the centuries, horses gained fame in war and peace, while mules became the backbone of hard labor and heavy transportation. George Washington knew their value, and after acquiring prize donkeys from the King of Spain, he developed an excellent race of mules. This, in turn, gave mules a boost in prestige. For the mule, it was the beginning of a golden era. For the next 150 years, they would be one of the primary sources of power for industry and agriculture. One of the most famous examples of mule power took place in Death Valley. From 1881 to 1885, teamsters took 20 mules and hooked them up to wagons so big their rear wheels stood 7 feet tall. They pulled 36 tons of borax and a 1,200-gallon water tank through some of the most brutal climate and terrain in the Western Hemisphere. For 5 years, 20 mule teams hauled borax out of Death Valley to a railhead at Mojave, 165 arid miles away. Not only did they power industry and agriculture, mules helped to conquer the continent, the trails to Santa Fe, Oregon, and California. Horses did not have the strength or stamina. It was either mules or oxen. Oxen are tougher over the long haul. Yeah, but mules are faster. The Army used mules as pack animals. During the Indian Wars, one pack train with mules carrying 200-pound loads traveled more than 100 miles in just 16 hours. As late as World War II, mules carried supplies through the mountains of Burma, Greece, and Italy, going places where jeeps and bulldozers could not go. Back in 1890, Missouri had the highest mule population in the nation, 245,000. Even though 10 years later, Texas had twice as many, it was the Missouri mule that became famous. Texans used mules to plant cotton, while Missourians produced them like Detroit does cars. For over half a century, Missouri-born and bred mules were sold to all parts of the world. In the 1920s and 30s, as trucks and tractors groaned across the landscape, it appeared that the mule might soon be a cast-off beast of burden. However, not long after they were dismissed as obsolete and unnecessary, mules began to make a remarkable comeback, from beast of burden to beast of pleasure. On Memorial Day weekend, Bishop, California supports its claim as Mule Capital of the World. Thousands of mule enthusiasts gather to watch a parade for mules. For 3 days, mules are the center of attraction. There are all kinds of judgings, races, pulls, jumps, and contests.
Whoa there, mule, I tell you, Miss Liza, you keep cool. I ain't got time to kiss you now, I'm busy with this mule. As I went down to the Huckleberry picnic, dinner all over the ground. Skippers in the meat was 9 feet deep, and the green flies walking all around. Whoa there, mule, I tell you, Miss Liza, you keep cool. I ain't got time to kiss you now, I'm busy with this mule. Biscuits in the ovens of bacon, beefsteak frying in the pan, a pretty gal sitting in the parlor, Lord Almighty, what a ham. Whoa, mule, I say, I ain't got time to kiss you now, my mule done run away. My uncle had an old mule, his name was Simon Slick. Above everything I ever did see, how that mule could kick. Whoa, mule, I holler, tying on that old mule's tail just to hear him beller. Went to feed that mule one morning, he met me at the door with a smile. He backed one ear and he winked one eye and he kicked me half a mile. Whoa, mule, I say, I ain't got time to kiss you now, my mule done run away.
Marshalltown, Iowa, host to the national show of the American Donkey and Mule Society. It's a big event, and every year it's held in a different state. Once again, mules get a lot of people to fix them up and look them over. In the foothills of the Ozarks, St. Clair, Missouri holds a festival for draft horses and mules. Participants are remembering the past, and they're talking about the future. For small farms, horses and mules could be an alternative to expensive machinery. Not only are there hundreds, perhaps thousands of events scheduled for mules each year, there are dozens of publications dedicated to this noble creature. Mules, of course, have always taken riders to the bottom of the Grand Canyon and back. They are often the preferred animal for packing and trail riding. And they are a favorite for all types of joyrides. For hunting raccoons, mules are the transportation of choice. Once they're properly trained, gunfire doesn't faze them, and they can jump barbed wire fences from a standing position. Actually, mule lovers just love to have the critters around. As one longtime breeder put it, mules is born in a person, and there ain't no way you're gonna get it out of them. Instead of good old common horse sense, why not mule sense? Mules don't panic as easily as horses. They are more resistant to disease, and they live longer. The average lifespan for a horse is 20 years. For a mule, it's 30. And some live to be 50 or more. Big, small, in between. There are as many different kinds of mules as there are horses. The size of a mule depends upon the size of its parents. Height is measured by hands. An average mule stands 14 hands high. Uncommonly big, and among the largest in the world, these two mules are taller than 19 hands. Generally speaking, a mule has the body of a horse on the legs of a donkey. Its feet are usually smaller than a horse's, and its head, ears, and tail are similar to a donkey's. From its mother, it inherits size, grace, and speed. From its father, sure-footedness, hardiness, intelligence, and longevity. The result is an animal that is larger and quicker than its father and more durable than its mother. Mules, like donkeys and unlike horses, won't overeat and get sick. Also, they can eat and digest rougher food. Although mules have a reputation for being stubborn, it's merely a case of knowing when to say no. A horse can be worked until it drops, but not a mule. Overload a mule, and it will either buck off the load or refuse to move. Similar to the mule, but very rare, is the hinny. This offspring is the result when the mother is a donkey and the father is a horse. Most people cannot tell the difference between a mule and a hinny. The hinny is on the left. Talked about, written about, celebrated and honored. Today's popularity has brought dignity to the mule. From near obscurity, it is currently making an amazing comeback. A comeback almost unprecedented in the animal kingdom.
One of the events we're going to have today is a mule braying contest to see who is the best mule brayer. All right, we'll start with number one. Oh, 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 oh.
In my dreams she still doth haunt me, robed in garments soaked in brine. Though in life I used to hug her, now she's dead, I'll draw the line. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever,